There is a certain aura that follows Maria Bello wherever she appears. Not loud, not ostentatious, but something that lingers like the echo of a remembered melody. She possesses a presence that doesn't insist on being noticed, yet somehow becomes impossible to ignore. It's this understated magnetism that threads through her life, her work, and the photographs that have quietly documented her journey. Each image feels less like a portrait and more like a whispered confession, revealing fragments of her spirit with a gentleness that draws the viewer closer. Where silence speaks its own language. What makes Maria's photographs so arresting is the emotional current running beneath them. Even in the simplest frame, there is movement, a softness of expression, a fleeting shadow, the hint of a thought she hasn't spoken aloud. Many images catch her in candid moments, the unrestrained laughter shared with people she loves, the serene pause in a sunlit room, the subtle shift of her gaze as she considers something unseen. They feel like scenes from a life lived with intention rather than performance. One photograph captures her barefoot on an empty shoreline, waves curling toward her like curious hands. She stands at the edge of the world, eyes fixed on the far-off horizon as if listening for something only she can hear. In another, she sits at a small cafe table, absorbed in a book while the city murmurs around her. These are not grand moments. They are ordinary, unguarded instants, but that is precisely where their power lies. Honesty woven into every frame. Maria has long believed that a photograph's beauty lies not in precision, but in truth. She finds charm in imperfections, the blur of a spontaneous movement, the wind-disrupted hair, the unfiltered laugh that breaks through composure. To her, these details reveal the heartbeat of a moment. The world doesn't ask us to be flawless, she once said. It asks us to show up. That philosophy breathed through her collection, giving it a rare authenticity that feels both tender and deeply human. The images do not try to impress. They simply are. Honest, present, and quietly luminous. They capture the texture of her experiences, joy that glows rather than shines, introspection that softens rather than darkens, presence that feels grounded rather than performative. A life reflected. Across time. Moving through the collection, one begins to see the subtle transformation of a woman who grew more open, more rooted, and more attuned to herself with each passing year. Early photographs reveal a spirited curiosity, the kind carried by someone eager to explore the vastness of possibility. Later images show a calmer radiance, a confidence that no longer needs to speak loudly. Among the most striking is a picture of Maria kneeling in a field, sunlight spilling over her as she studies a single flower with quiet delight. It is a moment untouched by urgency, a fragment of life distilled into pure presence. The power of her quiet story. Maria Bello's photographs do not shout for attention. Instead, they offer an invitation. Slow down, breathe, notice. They celebrate the gentle rhythm of everyday existence, the laughter, the silence, the pauses between emotions. Through them, she reminds us that the most meaningful stories are not the ones rehearsed or posed, but the ones lived fully and sincerely, one unguarded moment at a time.